Hello, hello. This is Reed, your friendly neighborhood Canadian from a small town in Alberta, which sometimes I don't like saying the name of, because it's like the most un-Canadian small town maybe in Canada. But I'm in the province of Alberta. It is Sunday. It is Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all my fellow Canadians. Why am I doing this video? I'm doing this video because I just finished watching the season premiere, season 9 of The Walking Dead. I watched it at my boss's house. Friend, boss, friend first. Boss first, friend. And I'm going to do this quick because instead of just thinking about it, because whenever I do YouTube videos, I hardly ever plan them, clearly, as you know. And I'm like, let's just do this because I just finished it. It's fresh. So, Walking Dead, Season 9, used to be the most popular show on TV. It's still pretty popular, but quality's gone down. The writing is abysmal. Season 9, 2018. Oh, the episode's called A New Beginning. Okay, now listen. I didn't watch the last 8 episodes of last season when it was on TV. I don't watch TV anymore. I don't watch satellite TV anymore. I've gone into periods where I stop watching the news and I just do that. So I bought the season, but then after the Carl thing, and I think I did a YouTube video about that, my anger, disappointment. Anyway, but I bought The Walking Dead. Here. This is awesome. Wearing a Negan shirt. So I bought, obviously, this on Blu-ray, Season 8, when it came out. Thank you, Best Buy. Online shopping. And I watched the entire season, because I didn't really watch the last 8 episodes, even though I did see the season finale, part of it. And I watched all 16 episodes in like a day and a half. And seeing the whole season at once was better than waiting week to week, and all the commercials on AMC are complete garbage. So anyway, the internet hated this season. I don't think it deserved as much hate, but we'll see how the internet responds to this episode. Okay, my first issue with the premiere is they spent all this time on a character, the guy riding the horse. Okay, this kid guy, young man, whatever. Okay, cool, that's nice. And then he gets bit trying to save a horse because they're transporting stuff from a museum. It's a character we've never seen before. Did they even say his name? I don't fucking know. Anyway, they spent all this time on this character. He dies. Maggie's really upset. A couple other people were really upset. But as the audience, we're like, who the fuck is this guy? You just spent, this is a season premiere. You just spent all this time on this character, kind of. And now he's dead. Okay. I mean, better this, Walking Dead red shirt versus, King Ezekiel, who's, dangling from the glass floor. And I looked over when I was watching the episode. I'm like, are they going to kill King Ezekiel in the first episode? Because that would be pretty ballsy. Anyway, so I'm getting to this part first because, I'm going to try to keep... Anyway, so so this character we don't know, don't give a shit, dies. Awesome, he's dead. Maggie's really upset. People are really upset because in the show, obviously, this character is someone Hilltop people have known, worked with, okay. But as the audience, as a TV guy, we're like, who the fuck is this guy? Who cares? He's dead. Who cares? He's dead. So when Maggie's crying, I'm like, I don't give a shit. When other people, I'm like, who cares? And then they spent this time with Maggie meeting the parents of this dead guy that loved animals. I don't even know what his name is. I don't even care. And, you're like, oh, wow, that's Rhett Butler from Grace Under Fire from the 90s. Okay. Because I thought I saw her name in the credits, and I'm like, I wonder if that's the same woman that was on that TV show. And it was. Okay, that's cool. That's nice. I'm just pulling up on my phone here IMDb because I want to just see if this idiot, this character has a name. Anyway, yada yada yada. Yeah, what can I say? Okay, that entire thing was pointless. Okay, why? Because we've never met this character before. We don't know who he is, so we're not invested at all. He dies. We don't care. The people in the show, the characters care. That's nice. Maggie's upset. People are upset. That's nice. But we don't know. And then they spend all this time on this funeral for this character we've never met before. You realize they just spent more airtime on a funeral for a character we've never met before than they gave characters in the show that have been on the show for years or episodes or like, fuck, this character we've never even met before gets this nice little funeral. Yeah, set up the plot, advance the storyline of fucking, fuck, now I'm mad. Where is that little fucker? Xander Berkeley, where are you? Gregory, to set up the whole, Gregory's like, oh, Gregory's really nice. No, he's not, he's a scum. He's a scum-sucking pig. At least Negan, Team Negan, always, had some morals. They didn't really go over it in the show, but in the comic they established he had rules and all these things. The show kind of glanced over it because they really kind of handled that a little badly. But anyway, this kid, okay, so we're dealing with his funeral and his parents. Okay, his parents obviously are upset in the context of the story, makes sense. But as an audience, we're like, who the fuck cares? He's a guy who liked horses. He went on a thing, he died. It was like in Star Trek when the red shirts go on missions and they don't come back. So we're spending all this time on Season 9, Episode 1, on the premiere with this character's family now that we don't give a shit about either because we've never met these people before. If these would have been Hilltop people established in the previous season, that could have been handled better. Maybe? Right? Maybe? But no. I wonder if he even has a name. I'm looking to see if he has a name. So anyway, Gregory, the piece of shit, obviously, is acting like he's all cool with this election that we just hear about because, okay, here's my other problem with the premiere. There's a time jump. So why is The Walking Dead afraid to, like... The Walking Dead should have started with a collage of visual images explaining, like, a year in what happened. You start the credits, which I don't know if I like the new opening credits, but anyway. You start the episode with 1 year later or something. Or you explain the episode with, like, apparently there's this big storm that has broke and destroyed all these bridges and flooded the highway and all this stuff. Maggie apparently had a kid. Because I'm watching the episode with my boss friend and I'm like, isn't she pregnant? Is she still pregnant? Like, why was the show afraid to just go 1 year later, 2 years later, whatever it is? Establish things that happened in the past that we've missed since the end of episode 8, season 8, sorry, the end of this season, and season 9, clearly, there's a time jump, there's a skip, we've missed stuff. So, Maggie has a kid now, awesome, little cute Asian baby, that's awesome. Like, why couldn't they just establish the show, the opening of the show with Maggie had a kid, all this stuff kind of happened. You could do it in a 4-minute montage, like a trailer. Like, I don't understand why it didn't do that. Instead of the audience is like, oh, wow, Rick looks kind of old, and Judith is older again because, working with kids and they age and shit like that. I'm just trying to see... I don't even know if that kid had a name. But anyway, he's dead. And they spent all this time, and then they spend time with family that we've never met, these characters we don't care about. So they're trying to get to the whole, Gregory's still a piece of shit, he's still a scummy worm, and he can't be trusted, which the audience already knows, because we already know he's a piece of shit. Even though the show was like, oh, Gregory's really nice. Come on! As soon as I saw Gregory on the TV screen, I started yelling at the TV, going, he should be dead. Kill him. He should be dead. He shouldn't be alive. Because at least Negan had value. Negan has value. Negan did stuff. Gregory in the show has always been a wormy piece of shit. So, anyway, Gregory being the two-faced wormy piece of shit that he is, well played, by the way, convinces the dead father, who is on the wagon, but he brings over liquor anyway, to get him all liquored up. He's grieving about his dead son, who we've never met before, because we've never met this guy either. And who are these characters? Who cares? Pay attention. It's The Walking Dead. Don't use your brain. Just think. Everyone's sad. So Gregory proves he's a scumbag, and he convinces the father of the murdered horse guy, kid, whatever, who we've never met, to like, hey, maybe we should kill Maggie, because, you know, they did an election, but who counted the votes, really? Right? So, and then Gregory plants the seeds of, like, the setup when he meets Maggie, Maggie's walking her young Asian baby in the middle of the night. Okay? And Gregory's like, oh, someone, might have done something to Glenn's grave. Of course that's gonna trigger her. Are you kidding? Oh, we should just deal with it in the morning. Of course Maggie is gonna fucking go find out what happened to Glenn, the love of her Walking Dead life, and the dead father of her baby, that now she has a baby. So of course she goes there to the grave, and then there's the drunk guy in a hood looking like Bruce Willis in Unbreakable, who's got, all of a sudden, alcohol mutant strength, attacks Maggie, pushes the baby carriage over, the baby on the ground. Enid tries to come. He fucking Bruce Willis Unbreakable slap. Right, she's done. She's on the ground. And then obviously Maggie gets her wits, and other people come, and I think Jesus came to help. The character Jesus, not Jesus. And yeah. Anyway, yada yada yada. That was most of the season premiere episode of The Walking Dead, season 9. Other than that, which I thought they could have handled that entire thing, I'm glad they killed Gregory. Spoiler alert, sorry. They hung him. Me and my boss were like, they should hang people. He's like, they should just hang people. I'm like, that's a great idea. If they're going back to the times of horses and plows and wagons, because obviously fuel is scarce and technology and all that shit's, it's, how many years have they been in the Walking Dead apocalypse now? Zombie apocalypse. Shit's breaking down, right? They gotta go back to basics. That's why they went to the fucking museum to steal all these seeds so they could plant shit. But why are they trying to plant shit at the factory when it's a factory? There's nowhere to fucking grow shit. Even Daryl's like, it's a factory, nothing grows here. Walking Dead writers, fucking Angela Kang, the new showrunner. Fucking watch Game of Thrones. Just watch Game of Thrones. Anyone involved with The Walking Dead, watch Game of fucking Thrones. Maybe watch 24. Maybe watch the first couple of seasons of Lost. Maybe watch fucking Moonlighting, LA Law, NYPD Blue, fuck, Frasier, Seinfeld, something. Justified, Sons of Anarchy. Figure it out. Anyway, at least they kill Gregory. They fucking hang him. And here's how wormy Gregory is. So he gets the grieving father of the guy, the horse kid, that's what his name is now, to attack her in the middle of the night as she's fucking with her kid. Now he's drunk, he's obviously in grief, but come on, he's scummy. And then Gregory finally has the balls. He's like, I got a knife, I'm gonna try and fucking kill you now. As Maggie confronts him, and Maggie and Gregory have this little scuffle. And I'm like, holy fuck! I mean, Gregory's still a piece of, he's still scummy, but at least now he's trying to, solve his problem. So, before we know what's going to happen, I'm thinking in my head, okay, Gregory just tried to kill Maggie twice within an hour of this show. He's done. Like, there's no... If they want to establish a charter or some kind of rights and how we treat people, that's fine. But you know what? Maggie's right. In Hillside, it's fucking eye for an eye. Your punishment is the crime. So they fucking hung him, which was great. Amazingly, Daryl comes back. Maybe Daryl can be like her strength, obviously, because there's also the secret subplot eventually of Maggie, Daryl, and Jesus, not that Jesus, who are going to conspire against Rick when they don't like what Rick's doing, which we'll get to, because obviously also this is Rick's last season, Andrew Lincoln's leaving. I don't know if they should have spoiled that. I don't know how, and to be fair, in this day and age of social media, how do you keep that secret? But wouldn't it be great if you watch The Walking Dead in the next 7 episodes, and then maybe they kill Rick, and the audience is just like, Rick's dead? Like, imagine if we knew that. But now we all know Rick's leaving the show, and so the first 8 episodes, Rick's going to be gone. Maybe he rides off into the sunset, but he's probably going to die. Who knows? And the future of the show is clearly going to be Negan, Daryl, and Carol. And don't even get me started on... So why did they put Daryl in charge of the factory, of running the Saviors? That's where he was tortured for a long time. So you put the guy who was tortured back to run the place where he was tortured? Wouldn't Carol have just been the better choice from the get-go? So now Carol is going to run the factory Savior area for now. But Carol would have been a better choice anyway, because A, Negan was a guy, Carol is a woman, so there's that dynamic. Plus, Carol is secretly a fucking badass, and we know it. And she fucking kills kids. Look at the fucking flowers. Like, she doesn't F around. So Carol, from a story part, would have made more sense. Oh, and now, because of the time jump that we're now in the middle of, because now Maggie has the Asian baby, King Ezekiel and Carol have a relationship, and he wants to marry her. Okay. Okay. That needs a swig of Coke. Okay, so I mean, overall the episode was enjoyable. There was some cool parts, but a lot of it seemed like it was just wasted on stuff on characters we've never met, were never introduced to, and they used it to advance a plot that they could have done a different way, in my opinion. You know, I mean, I'm just a guy from Canada who really likes Coca-Cola, obviously loves DC, Batman, the New York Rangers. You know, I'm not a fan of Oilers fans, obviously. I love television, Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, stuff like that. You know, I love beautiful women who do things in the adult entertainment industry. You know, I'm a fan of cheeseburgers. I'm just a guy. I'm just a man who wants good shows like Game of Thrones and how Walking Dead used to be. So anyway, season premiere overall was pretty good. Okay? It was pretty good. But could have been better. I wish we could have seen Negan, but I guess they're going to wait and tease that. Obviously, the Whisperers are going to come. That's going to be the new evil force. They're going to do this whole thing where the hillside and Oceanside and the factory, Saviorland, and Hilltop, the kingdom, you know, they're going to have a charter of rights, you know, and establish how they should work together, trade with each other, treat each other, because it's been over a year and a half or something. Who knows? Asian babies born, people were in love and want to get married. So this mystery storm destroyed a whole bunch of stuff. The show just should have opened with a collage of scenes to establish all of this. Instead of Daryl in the dark talking to Rick saying, there's a storm and all these things are ruined now, and gas, and we're using corn to make fuel, and yada yada yada. Okay, the amount of time spent on the horse kid and his parents could have been better suited on people, you know, of the cast that is huge. The cast is huge. Huge. All Out War in the comics thinned out a lot of characters. And I know, I guess, maybe what they're going to do is with the Whisperers, because even in the comics, the Whisperers take down a lot of characters. So maybe in the show, the Whisperers will thin the herd of the cast greatly, because it needs it. And it's a good way to establish the Whisperers, Alpha, and Beta as this new evil force that are going to terrorize The Walking Dead and the fan base, because the fan base obviously couldn't even handle this. They couldn't even handle Negan and the Saviors. And yeah, the story writers kind of botched a little bit of the motivation. They could have went into that like the comics did. But they can redeem themselves, because Angela Kang is the new showrunner over Scott Gimple, because Scott Gimple is too busy screwing up Fear the Walking Dead apparently on his own. He's doing all that same shit. Anyway, that was the Walking Dead season premiere. Overall, I guess I'd give it 2 thumbs up. I guess maybe I'd rate it a 7 out of 10 on IMDb. Rotten Tomatoes is trash. I'm not a fan of Rotten Tomatoes. I've always hated the name. Why are movies ratings equated to fruit? That's stupid. Anyway, thanks for watching. This is Reed. This is my random YouTube update. Walking Dead season 9 season premiere, a new beginning. Decent episode overall, with a lot of stupid stuff that they could have solved differently. We'll see how season 9 goes. The departure of Rick Grimes, Andrew Lincoln leaving, plus Maggie's leaving, right? Maggie's also leaving the show. And sadly, fucking Scott Wilson, who played Herschel, who was also, wasn't he in fucking, I mean, he's a legendary known actor, but we all know him from Herschel, so may he rest in peace. Sad news that he passed away yesterday, a day before the premiere of this show. Great actor, has been in lots of shows. He was just on Justified. I did a 6-season marathon on Justified, and he was on that show. He's been in lots of things. He was one of the original actors in Cold Blood. That fucking... Anyway, so may he rest in peace. That's sad news. Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe. Tell your friends, hey, this Canadian guy. I am going to do my season NHL video. It's coming. Plus a couple other things. But yeah, this is my random Walking Dead video. Thanks for watching. Leave comments. I will eventually get back to them. I know I get a lot of hate on here, and that's fine. This is an amateur YouTube channel. I record it on my laptop. Thanks for... I know the sound sometimes is off. I appreciate you watching. Thank you. Cheers. Hopefully the Whisperers come and thin the herd of the cast, and hopefully Rick has a good exit from The Walking Dead. Cheers. Washington, the Stanley Cup champions, Negan, Batman, DC Universe. Anyway, cheers.